videos, live streams on Twitch, so now switching over and doing a few on YouTube. So feel free to make any comments. I'm not the greatest gamer in the world, and I am the first time streamer. So without further ado, let's get into the topic of the video today, which is going to be making sure that we're all on the same page with punch cards. Now, as some of you might not know from Fortnite, if you don't play it, or if you do play it and you're a little bit frustrated, the punch cards are a system of challenges inside your battle pass that we have quite a lot to do. There are over 64, and I've done 62 so far. So basically what we're looking at today is the infamous Chop Chop punch card. Now, this punch card is considered to be one of the most difficult, along with Scrounging for Grub, because that can be quite difficult as well. But today we're going to focus on Chop Chop, and hopefully by the end of this video you'll have some kind of information on what you can do to make that your life a little bit easier. So we're going to take about half an hour now, and we're going to have a look at ways that you can get Chop Chop done quicker. And I'm not going to be doing too much pickaxing, so that's going to be a good thing. However, I would agree that pickaxing smaller trees is a lot easier. So without further ado, let's drop into a game. The methods that I use won't work in Battle Lab. Not that the punch cards are completable in Battle Lab. The only one that I know that is at the moment is the fishy punch card, which is where you can find the Midas flopper and the Vendetta flopper. So we will show you that as well on the way through, because I think it'll just be easier at the location where you can get those easily. And let's see if we can get some nice amount of trees done. So as you can see, I'm on 8,000 odd trees. Now the best method for this, to do this, is to not waste your time hitting trees with your pickaxe, because everyone knows solo games, squad games, duo games, you're always going to be in a position where there's people could be shooting you. So you need to have at least a gun on you, or a weapon of some sort that will do variable damage. So, as I said on one of my Twitch streams, one of the easiest ways to do this would be with Dr. Doom's powers. As you can see, I'm a Dr. Doom fan. Love the skin. Rocking the gold foil right now. And what we're going to do is we're going to drop straight down to Doom's Domain, and we're going to see what we can do. Looks like I've got a fair bit of lag at the moment, so it'll only be a way of telling with my area at the moment, with all the internet traffic going on because of the lockdown. So we're going to drop Doom's Domain, and what we're going to be looking for, or looking to do straight away, is to obtain Dr. Doom's powers, the arcane gauntlets and the bomb. So what we're going to do is we're going to try and find him as quickly as we can, even though we're going to have quite a few people. It looks like we've got maybe 2 to 3 people coming in. Don't be expecting to see amazing trick shots from me, because I'm a regular player, I'm standard, I don't really do all that trick shotting sort of stuff. I think that's more for the bigger streamers, just to make it clear to everybody so that no one's under the impression that I am a superhuman player at this game, because I'm not. So I don't like shotguns, but unfortunately it is one of the punch cards, so I do need to make sure that I get it done. And because we've got a few people here, I normally play with the visual sound effects because I find it easier. And it looks like we've got someone coming towards us. Maybe he's gone down into the pit. Yeah. So he's gone down into the pit. So let's teach this guy a little lesson, shall we? And that's him down and dealt with. I'm not overly keen on the burst, so I'll drop that. And in fact, I think what I'll do is I'll grab that LMG just to be on the safe side. So we now know Dr. Doom's not in the pit, so we can mosey on over to his house and see what we can get our hands on. Now, in games like this, I like to be sneaky. Alright, I don't like to be loud. I like to get stuff done, but I like to get it done competently. And for the essence of videos, I just think it would be a lot easier for everybody if I did it the easy way. So what we're going to do is we can hear Doom. He's here somewhere. Don't forget to take out them henchmen when you're here. It will be good for you, and you will manage to get a lot done. Now we're going to rock up to Doom with this, and I'm just going to stand there and take him out real quick. And we don't need the pistol or anything like that. But what I'm going to do is I am going to visit the vault, just because I think it would be easier if I did. That way it sorts our health out. So we'll pop down to the vault real quickly. So what you need to do with the weapons is we need to use them, and then we need to clear out the inventory. Now, whilst I fight, I like to fight when I've got at least one gun in my hand. So for this purposes of this video, I'm going to only have one weapon, and I'm probably most likely going to keep the LMG, if I'm honest. So what we're going to do now is we're going to just lock it up. No surprises. So there are people here clearly. So we're just going to grab up some stuff, get ourselves healed up, get ourselves shielded, because at any minute the other people who are here could turn up at the vault, and that's the last thing I think we're going to want. So we're going to grab this stuff up real quick, and then we're going to make our little escape. Take this 50 pot. The trick is when you take a vault, if you don't want to get undone by people, use up the meds, grab all the stuff you can, exit the vault as quickly as possible. Okay, because we're not going to really want to be mucking around with the vault too much. So first solution for getting rid of the trees is the mystic bomb. So lob it into an area where there's some trees and you'll set them on fire. Now a lot of people will tell me, say, oh, this is not a guarantee. I've been doing this over the past 2-3 weeks, okay, and every single tree I've hit with this, I've set a light and it has been completely gone. So anybody who sits there and tells you, oh, you're not going to do it, or it's too difficult to get the powers, yes, I'd say it's fairly difficult to get the powers. I'm not going to say that it's easy, because it's not. And then what we're going to do is we're just going to grab a car, this car right here, because we don't want to get involved with anybody at Salty if we can, and it looks like we've got a few people that have been there anyway. With the latest update, because I play on PlayStation, we had a delay to our update. So if you haven't updated your system, do it, because you will be missing out on stuff in creative. I do have a couple of maps on creative, nothing too super strenuous. So like I said, with the bomb, boom, into an area, crowded population, trees are on fire. Okay, now what we want to do now is we've got a person over here, so let's just handle that person. Right, he's still there, right, okay. There's 2 of them there. Let's just intervene in their fight and annoy them both. So we don't really need to be getting involved with that, really. So let's leave them to fight each other, shall we? So basically what we're going to do is we're going to annoy everybody. We're going to set all the trees on fire. Now how to do this, it's really simple. It's straight up, it's flies, and it's the Mystic Bomb in a conjunction. Okay, now there are about 90 trees in this location. Between 90 and 110, I believe, if you include the small trees. And what we're going to be looking to do is we'll just hang on for a minute to see if we've got a shadow. No, it looks like they're fighting still over there. So what you want to do is you want to use the Mystic Bomb and you want to use the Fireflies to your advantage. Now, it is definitely true that you can kill people with the Fireflies. I have done it. It has been, I think, from their other players' point of view, accidental. They didn't mean to kill themselves. I have had instances, people have landed in the trees that I've set afire, which I would say would be annoying for me. So I guess it must be annoying for them. And then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to quickly run along through the area, setting trees on fire, using the Fireflies to the advantage. You are going to get a couple of trees that aren't going to want to go to their deaths. Unfortunately, it is true that it doesn't work for every single time. So what I do is I try to use the Mystic Bomb as much as I can. Alright, because it's an important tool to have. If you have to go out of the circle, and Wailing Woods is definitely one of the best places to do it. Now, in this area, there are the key locations where you will find Fireflies, and there will be quite a lot of them around the area. Sometimes it may take a minute or two before you manage to figure it out. But in the interest of just to do this video, I'm not looking to cause massive problem with the fight. So what we're going to do is we're just going to set these on fire real quick, and then looks like we've got somebody who's taking offence to us. So we'll go and find out where this person is. We'll go and tell him off. Oh, it looks like he might have disappeared. So that'll be luck for us, I think. So yeah, again, like I said, if you want to do it quietly, nice little chucks on the Firefly jars, because they're the best way to do it. And as you will see, lots of the trees are starting to fall apart now, and they're dying. That's how I managed to get the method done. I would try with the bomb to get the maximum spread that you can get. All right, because it's one of those things that if you don't get a good enough spread, you won't get the trees down. There are going to be times where you're going to have to hit to pick up some of the chop trees, the trees over here. Down, yeah, unfortunately it's going to happen in every game you're going to anyway, so do the best that you can. Try to set as many on fire as possible. That hasn't done very many, to be fair. That's very annoying. Try to get the ones outside of the circle first. You can use the gauntlets to knock trees out if you get desperate. I don't do it because I don't like it, but if it's just the odd one or two trees, then I'll pickaxe them, because it'll be a lot easier in the long run than we will be at any other time. As you can see, look, all the trees are falling apart, and it's going to be quite odd when you're done, because you'll be looking at a weeping woods with no trees, which will be very, very confusing. So then we've got another person who would like to get involved. So what we're going to do is we're going to go and deal with him. like I said, not the best player in the world, and that clearly is a bot. And we have got a... Oh, we got a little sniper fairy. So what we'll do is a good weapon to use. Set the little knob on flyer, because we don't want to be mucking around with this guy for long. No, he got me. That's fine. That's fair enough. We got to 7th place, so that's pretty good. And as you'll see, lots of the trees. If we just watch this player for a little bit and see what he's going to do, he might go a bit further into to Weeping Woods, which would be ideal, really. Yeah, that's not very good gameplay, really, to be fair. But as you can see by looking around, most of the trees are gone. So that's one of the ways to get the punch card done quickly. So basically, what we're going to do, I'm going to go into another match, and then we're going to see what we can do now. Just want to say, I'm not going to ask people to like and subscribe. I'm not going to do the same thing everyone else does. Can be a little bit draining, keep repeating the same thing and seeing the same thing on every single video. If you feel like you want to like and subscribe the video, and you feel that I'm being any help to you at all, that would be great. A little quick thing about the lockdown that's looming over us tonight, in England anyway, which is where I'm from. Do the best that you can, peeps. It's one of those situations now where the winter's coming. We're starting to get a lot of bad stuff happen, and a lot of more illness is around as normal anyway. Stay safe, keep your hands clean, wear your masks, do as you're told. No one likes to be in this position. I don't like being stuck indoors all day. I've ended up losing my job because of the lockdown, and I just want you all to know that collectively we should be doing what we can to support the government and support the NHS and keep everything going. So please carry on doing that, and please remember the rules, and don't get yourself into any trouble. Now, what we're going to do now, I think we're going to pop back, and we're going to do another bit with the trees. However, I think this time I'm not going to go for the bomb. I'm going to go into Heart Lake, because Heart Lake is another good area where there are a large amount of trees. I'll postulate there's between 80 to 90 trees on this entire rock. So what you want to do is you want to grab those fireflies to be as silent as possible. Now, we all know Stark Industries is one of the most popular POIs on the map. It is that because of Iron Man. I don't think the power's up to that much, to be honest. To be realistic with you, it was the first of the punch cards in regards to powers I actually completed, because I got bored of using the powers so quickly. So what I tend to do now is I tend to steer away from that area, because I don't really want to linger around it so much, because of its high probability of you being attacked all the time. And like I said, I'm not the best player in the world. I don't profess to be the best player in the world. I don't very rarely do arena. But what I do like to do is I like to do my punch cards. I like to be 100%. Now, the next trick I'm going to show you for doing your punch cards is the almighty gas can. Now, if you position a gas can correctly, you can notch up quite a bit of trees. So I'm going to place it around about there, so we've got quite a few trees in the location, and I'm just going to take a few steps back and then blow it up with a burst. And as you'll see, it usually sets all the trees around the location on fire. So you're looking at quite a fair few there. Okay, It'll save you having to be concerned about everything else. But I can see someone hiding over there, and he obviously doesn't see me. So let's give him a little surprise, shall we? Here we go, mate. Have a little surprise. So we are looking at getting it done. Okay. And okay, it looks like he's done a runner. Yeah, I think he's done a runner. Alright, so what we want to do is you want to stay around this area because it's a good area. We go over here to Tony's little laboratory, which I don't know if you know this, it's underneath the house here. We go to Tony's lab. He's got some cars here he's been working on. So we will go down to the... Oh, what happened to the... Oh, I see. So I'm not... I don't carry a lot of health, to be fair. I don't see the need in it. I do have to do lots of other missions like all of you guys, but I'm not... It doesn't overly... I'm not overly concerned. So we're just going to pop in through the house and we're going to take a little look around. See if we can scrounge up a bit of ammo. Because we may have to fight. We may not. It looks like that guy's run away. You can use grenades for the trees. I would say don't do it because it can draw attention to yourself, and especially if all you want to do in the games at the moment is just work on your punch cards, it might annoy you slightly, especially with the amount of people who go onto Fortnite and sweat on a daily basis. It's literally ridiculous. So what we've been looking to do is find some more fireflies and get this job done, because we don't want to... We've got a bit of lag in my area at the moment because we've got some work going on some of the lines. So with the Heart Lake, what you want to do is you want to run around the edge of Heart Lake, alright, and you want to try and set as many of these trees on fire as possible. This will make a big difference to your punch cards. I'm not joking, it will make the chop go faster. It is a difficult punch card. If you don't get it right first time... Oh look, purple shotgun, purple burst. That'll do for long distance. So what you want to do, check around the edges. You can always tell when you've got some fireflies because of the lovely glistening glow. And I just ran into somebody without realising they were there. Always look for the little glistening glow. Grab the stuff that you've got and set as many trees on fire as possible. Is definitely something that you definitely want to do, because it will make things a lot easier for you in the long run, and we won't be worrying at all about anything at all. So we've just got about 5 more minutes left that I'm going to do on this video, so we're going to pop into the game again. We're going to go back to Heart Lake and we're going to see about finding some more and burning some more trees down. It was remarked to me yesterday on Twitch that you can do the punch card with Iron Man's powers. I wouldn't, because it only does 2 or 3 trees at a time. This method you could get 5 or 6 in one go, so it's quite easy, and it's all about making that punch card easy for you, and it's not about wanting to be stuck still with the punch cards, and lots left to do when you've got the end of the season coming up, which I believe is now being delayed again. So what we want to do is we want to go back down to Heart Lake, which is what we are going to do. We're going to pop back down there, And we're going to go and have a look again at the trees around Heart Lake and see how many of these trees we can burn up. I'm just going to do about a 30-minute long video on this, and then we'll move on to some of the other punch cards tomorrow. So we're just going to jump down to Heart Lake again. We're going to go to Tony's underground laboratory away from Stark Industries. The main bulk of people that land on this on the upstate New York part of the map, they mainly land at Stark Industries anyway, so it's only the odd one or two we usually get out this way. And we're going to be floating around, and we're going to have another look to see if we can find any more of these fireflies and see what we can do in order to get our chop chop done. So we were just around the 8,000 mark, just around the late 8,000 mark when I started this. So we're going to crack on. We're going to grab these little things, and then we're just going to burst the jar here. Like I said, use everything to your advantage, okay? The world map, it does have quite a lot of stuff. There are a lot of gas cans around. The gas cans, they're useful, don't get me wrong. Just drop it like I said before, move yourself a little bit away, light that sucker up, and everything around it should burn. Yeah, all the trees around it should burn. There you go, we've got a nice heavy amount now burning away. So what we want to do is stand around the edge of the lake. Just check around, see what you can find. There are fireflies usually in this area, quite a heavy amount. So we just want to grab those up as quickly as we can, okay? Because those are the bread and butter of how to get this job done quickly. And we don't want to be, like I said, you don't want to be stuck. End of the season, tons of punch card stuff to do. And this area can also be quite good for your scrounging for grub punch card. So what we're going to do is we're just going to light them up. We've got some fire going on over here, which means there are a few people fighting. Oh yeah, look, they're right there, look. So we'll deal with that person. And then what we'll do, this person's not a very good player, well, clearly. And he ran away because he knew exactly what it was he was coming up against. So we don't want to... Oh, hold on. Is he going to come back? No, he's not going to come back. Right, so back on with it then. From the momentary interruption that we just got. So we'll set these trees on fire now that he's decided to run away. 90% of the time during the day you will find that it's mainly the weaker players playing. That's why I like to stream during the day. That way, because like I said, I'm not going to say to you that I'm amazing at Fortnite. I'm not the greatest person in the world at it. So what we're going to do is I'm going to come on at these times during the day, and I'm going to do as much as I can to show you any new ways I found to do the punch cards, so that we can get these punch cards done quickly, because we're pushing on now for almost 30 minutes on this video. And I don't want to do too many long videos for you. I want you to be able to just, you know, have a little watch, see what we can do to get your punch cards done. I am going to drop a firefly jar on this little island, so I think that'll be a lot easier. And set this lot on fire. Then we're just going to keep on moving. Remember to keep as many inventory slots as much as you can. I would say use your best gun, because your best gun is your best opportunity. Whatever you're best with, keep that one going. And we're just going to hop to each little island, Try not to hurt yourselves like that. That'd be a bit silly if you did manage to hurt yourself. So don't do what I do. And just get your fireflies into the right spots. That's basically what you got to do with it. I can see there's a few more fireflies up here around these rocks, so we're just going to go and grab these as well. I usually like to just run around with usually with just an AR really. I'm just an AR sort of person. I'm going to drop one here because these trees didn't get set alight, so hopefully they'll all be on fire now. Yeah, that's about right. So as you can see, lots of the trees, we're going to get that done. And then we've got to light up as many trees as possible. Doing this method is one of the quickest methods, and it should light up all the trees, including the small ones, which never take very long to go, really, to be fair. Well, look, we managed to get quite a few there. Hit quite a lot. So, grabbing the fireflies you see around the map. Like I said, they're not scarce. You can see them. They're really in two main locations that they're at, or three main locations that they're at. Is at the ruins at the moment, and over here at Heart Lake, and over at Weeping Woods. Now, try to cover as many trees as you can. You want to get the trees covered. You want to make sure that you get them all alight, and then you can see, as you can see over here, this tree should fall down in a sec. So we're just going to look over, and you just see all of the trees that I've hit are all gone, apart from a little group over there. So you're covering ground quite nicely at that point. So what you want to do is carry on with the same method over the schedule of about 4 or 5 matches. They might go up, these small ones, I don't know. They might do. Yeah, we could cover quite a lot there. You want to try and hit as many of the small trees as possible. There's a little group up by Weeping that's good. There's a group up by the sort of by Dirty Docks, up in that direction. And because we've got injured now, we can do a little bit more on our scrounging for grub. Can eat a few apples. So we've got the circle. We're in the circle. So we're not really playing this to be competitive at the moment. I'm just doing it just to show you guys how to get this job done. So what we want to do is grab those apples because they're going to count towards your scrounging for grub. Okay, got some people gliding in. So we're going to keep our eyes on that. So any that you don't use you can gather up. Obviously I don't gather them up. I don't see the point, and I've got a fair bit of lag at the moment. So what we're going to do is we're going to continue on chucking our lovely little firefly friends, getting them into position, doing the damage on those trees, and as you can see it lights up a fair amount. So see, this light here will be up now. Yeah, and then you can just any stray trees that you can't get, you can get with the pickaxe anyway. So, and I try to run around and do that with these small trees anyway. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to go down and we're going to see what we can find. Because like I said, we are pushing 30 minutes on this video, and I don't want to keep you guys around too long. I'm not going to edit the videos. I don't feel like it's necessary. If I'm going to be silly and stupid, it's going to add to the fun. If I get killed, it's going to add to the fun. So I'm not going to go heavy into making these videos ludicrously silly with the editing, but I'm going to show you, you know, as much as I can in one video of how I can get this job done quick enough. So as you can see, we've got lots of stuff here is down, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to go towards the ruins. I know, oh, hold on, we've got some more fireflies here, so we're going to gather those up real quick. It's quite odd to see them there. So we're going to gather those up. We're going to continue to light everything up as we are, and it looks like we've got someone coming up on us now. So he's going to be, which way is he going to go? He knows I see him. He's trying to run round, find out where I've gone. gonna hide for a little bit. Oh, there we go. He's gonna try it. Oh, someone came from behind me. Look. So that's basically the extent of it, guys. So what we'll do next time is we'll work on a bit more punch cards. If there's anything on the video that you would like to look at and would want me to look at over the next few days, punch card wise, for this season, give us a shout and put a comment on this video. I will try to look at all the comments, and we'll also eventually, once we've got the channel up and running, we'll get to doing some little giveaways, and maybe we can gift a few people some stuff. But for that to happen, we need to get a little bit of popularity. So we'll get a little bit of popularity first, and then on my loyal members, we'll see about gifts in the coming future. So thanks very much for watching, guys, and I appreciate it. And take care of yourselves. And until we see again, have fun, stay safe, and behave. Peace out.